from Fat Louie's, and also he's involved in a number of the different wonderful restaurants up in Door County. And we are finishing up our gumbo that we started. That takes a little while, so it's all done, and it looks,
looks great.
Thick. And I mean, this is again, rib sticking, good old Southern comfort food. So we're going to finish off the dish.
Finishing touches, a little bit of green onions, scallions.
Okay.
And then I like a little more heat, so I use sriracha sauce actually, which is an Asian chili paste. So we're doing a little fusion. We're just going to stir that in.
But regular hot sauce would work as well.
Regular hot sauce works. That's traditional Louisiana.
And you put it at the end so you can kind of control how hot you want it.
Exactly. And sometimes I'll just serve it on the side depending on who I'm with and such and how their spices are.
And gumbo goes over rice.
Correct.
So it's not all about the rice. Really, it's more about the, thick soup. And
the rice is just an accent, I would say.
Yeah. And then a little bit of...
And then a little bit of fresh flat leaf parsley over the top.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Voila.
Yeah. That is, I cannot wait to dive in right into this pan. All right, now we need dessert.
All right, now we're moving on to dessert.
Okay, this is a fun one. You'll find this, any time of year, all the time, the king cake in New Orleans, but always fun to, this time of year to see a king cake. And actually, they're becoming more and more available, but we're going to show you how you can actually make one at home.
I remember being a kid, and it was the fun part because the kids all brought it to school, you found the baby, and you had to bring the next one. So it was an ongoing party for about 3 weeks.
Sure, there's a little plastic baby inside the king cake, and whoever gets the piece with that tradition, it has it that, as Blake said, you got to bring the cake. So this is a sweet dough. Tell us about.
Sweet dough. It's a yeast dough.
Okay.
So it's yeast, flour, butter, which I substitute with butter olive oil instead.
Oh, now tell us about that. That's another Fat Louie's.
That's another Fat Louie's product. It's got a nice buttery flavor, but again, half the fat of using regular butter.
Really?
A little bit of milk. And then I just mixed the ingredients together, put it in a bowl, lined it with, what did I do? I did the apple cinnamon olive oil.
Oh, wow.
Just to get a little bit of apple flavor in there and stuff. Yeah. The filling has brown sugar and cinnamon and nutmeg, so it kind of went well with what we were going to stuff it with.
So both those oils, the butter, like I would think the butter flavor, if you need to watch your butter, a great substitute, over popcorn on potatoes?
Popcorn's perfect.
Pasta?
You can do a lot of these oils with popcorn. We found, doing like a chipotle oil, it gave you that heat, but not overpowering. You got just kind of a ting of it. So, yeah.
They're fun to experiment with.
It's fun to play with, yes. Yeah. And I get a lot of requests on what do I do with the grapeseed oil and things like that. I've learned it all through experimenting.
Yeah. And you can bake with it, which is, really a cool thing for people who need to watch it.
So what I've done is I let this rise, double in size. It took about an hour and a half.
Okay.
And then I'm rolling it out basically into a rectangle.
Okay.
And right now I'm going to ask you to help me make the filling.
You bet.
So we've got 1 cup of brown sugar. 2/3 cup of walnuts.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
All in there? Okay.
All in there.
Okay.
And then
is that a little flour?
A little flour. Recipe calls for raisins, but I like a little chocolate in mine.
Oh, me too.
So we did the raisinets.
How fun.
And then about a tablespoon of cinnamon.
Okay.
And then stir that together, and then we're going to combine it all with a little bit of melted butter.
So it's like a cinnamon roll with chocolate raisins in there.
Exactly.
Oof.
And then once that's all incorporated, just a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, now we're just going to spoon it onto there and spread it out as evenly as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to roll it all together.
That filling looks to die for there. Yum. And then we got the baby. We went to, and you can buy these at cake decorating stores, hobby stores, things like that. So we just hide the baby in here?
You can hide the baby and bake it. The other safer way is when we pull the cake out, we put it underneath.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll wait to do that.
Just so
we're not
no one finds it and chips it too.
Yeah. Okay.
And now we're going to roll it almost like a jelly roll.
Okay.
So we're going to tuck it over. I like to tuck the ends in just to kind of keep all the filling in there.
So that dough looks like it's pretty easy to work with.
It is. It's very forgiving, I guess would be the best word for it.
And the whole recipe for the dough, that's on our website?
You have the recipe on the website.
Okay, wonderful.
You have the recipe for the filling, for everything in there. And then we're going to fold this into almost an oval. And then what we would do is let this rest for about 2 hours, and it's going to double in size again.
Okay.
And then just before you go to bake it, we're going to put little slits about 1 inch apart.
What temperature should we bake this at?
375 for about 35 minutes.
Okay, until it's basically golden and looks like
exactly.
This is gorgeous, Blake. Wow. We lined it with parchment paper so that it can, come off real easy.
We lined it with parchment paper because next we're going to do the icing on the cake, let's
Okay.
say. Oh, I almost forgot the baby. We want to
Oh
put the
yeah,
baby
we got to
in the
put the
bottom.
baby in. Yeah. So you just.
Do you know the meaning of the baby?
No, I don't.
I found out it is it's considered the baby Jesus,
Okay.
and it's called a king cake because the 3 kings went in search of baby Jesus. So when we're eating this, it's like we're the kings searching for baby Jesus for good fortune.
I
So
did
if you
not
find
know
the baby,
that.
it's good fortune.
Okay, very cool. So we hid the baby now.
So we hid the baby, and we're just going to run this along.
This is just a powdered sugar.
This is confectioner's sugar and a little bit of water.
Okay.
So basically what we have here right now is a cinnamon bun, if you think about it.
Yeah. With the chocolate raisinets, though.
With chocolate raisinets, exactly. Now we got to give it a little flair.
I think so.
So then we're going
The
to just
traditional
sprinkle it all.
Mardi Gras colors.
Mardi Gras colors.
Green.
You'd like to add the gold.
Of course. This is just colored sugar.
Colored sugar, yep.
That's really fun. And there you go.
Exotic but easy,
And
honestly.
it doesn't, yeah, I thought never in a million years are we going to be able to have time to make this and make one of these. What a fun project to do.
It is, and I tell you what, I made 4 of these just to practice before we came on. My kids loved it.
I bet they
They'd never had
did.
it before. I've got 3 of them, so they enjoy it like
So who
crazy.
gets to buy the cake next year?
I still do.
Of course, because you're the dad.
Right.
Again, Fat Louise olive oils and vinegars, wonderful different flavors. I love the garlic and the Tuscan herb. Anne's all excited about the butter flavor. This new Abby, our producer's excited about the apple flavored. Where can people find it and find out more about the oils?
Again, our retail shops are in Door County. We also have an online store. I'll have you post on the website. But Door Peninsula Winery has our Fat Louise. We also have a Fat Louise store in Egg Harbor, and then the Barrel Room in Fish Creek.
And the closest one, of course, is the winery. So you can go up there for a day, take a tour,
Sure,
sample the different
it's a
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
They're doing sort of a wine trail soon here. That would be great to enjoy. We'll hit all the shops and kind of enjoy the season before the summer hits, and
Very cool.
it's crazy up there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, great to see you, and thanks
Thank you
for
for
sharing
having
the
me.
recipes. And coming up next, our jambalaya is finally done, so we're going to finish that off. Stay with us.